Welcome back to another edition of the Saturday to Sunday Football Podcast. I am Paul Perdichizzi, and thank you for joining me. As always, week one of the college football season is just days away. Summer scouting is in the books. If you have missed any of the previous four episodes, I gave my initial 2026 NFL draft rankings for the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, and the tight ends, detailed scouting reports, strengths, functional areas, developmental areas, NFL role and fit, how they win, all of that over the last four podcasts, setting the stage for this upcoming college football season, setting the stage for the NFL draft next year, and getting you ready. Tonight is all about letting you know all that content that I put out over the podcast, over those four previous episodes. The new set of Saturday to Sunday notebooks is now available for purchase. Everything I said and so much more in those previous four episodes is now in written content, quickly digestible. But again, the key is it is in a Google document that is a live breathing document that changes. You might see me making changes during the first week of college football season or Saturday night or Sunday morning. I will go in and change things, update it based on what I see. I will add players throughout the college football season, tons more in the pre-draft months. And it's a living, breathing document that is constantly changing throughout the course of the year, which is what makes it on the Google platform such an advantageous aspect of it than just a PDF document. It's so easy to update it from my phone, from my iPad, from my laptop, wherever I am. I could update things. I could add things. So this is just to let people know that the new 2026 premium notebooks are available. If you have never purchased it before, but you've been a long-time listener here at Saturday Sunday, please consider purchasing it. It is only $9.99. I'm going to get into all the details of it, but it is only $9.99. It is the only thing that we ask of you besides subscribe, rate, review, and that stuff like that. But if you could swing the $9.99, we know there's so much content out there, paid content. We know there's so much good free content. Every single dollar that I have ever made from the sales of the notebooks is just sitting there to use for the subscriptions, for everything that we need here at Saturday to Sunday, server fee, website fees, and everything else, podcasting fees, and everything else that comes with it to produce the podcast and to produce the premium notebooks. So please, it's the lifeblood of what continues to help us keep going here. And hopefully we could continue to keep going. But if you've never purchased it before, please consider just purchasing it again. I do think you're going to find a lot of valuable information in there. If you've been a purchaser over the last 7 or 8 years, we hope that you continue to purchase it again. And we also hope that you continue to purchase it on the early aspect of it. If you buy it now, you really can maximize and utilize it throughout the college football season. And you get literally 12 months out of it than just a couple months near the 2026 NFL draft. People who don't understand what the notebooks consist of, that's what this podcast is really all about, to let people know that it's available for purchase, where they can go to purchase it, how to access it, what the cost is, and what you are getting. So I'm going to first talk about what it is, what it includes, and then I'm going to talk about how to access it, purchase it, and all of that. So the premium notebooks at Saturday Sunday, the cost is $9.99, and you get all of our notebooks. It's not $9.99 per notebook. It is $9.99 for all 3 notebooks. As soon as you purchase it, you get access to 2 notebooks right off the bat. The first one is the 2026 Saturday to Sunday Scouting Notebook. This is everything basically that I just talked about on the previous 4 podcasts, but even more detail. I did not go into the functional areas and the detailed strengths and weaknesses. I talked about how they win. I talked about some of the functional, some of the strengths, some of the concerns, but this is a more thorough scouting report on every single player I talked about over the last 4 podcasts. There's also a fantasy spin in there for each one of them. And again, this is a living, breathing document that I will continue to add to, modify, add players, update it as we go forward. So the scouting notebook is all my detailed scouting reports at the end of the college football season. I also converted into basically an offensive draft guide just for the 2026 NFL draft. Anybody that did not declare, they will be on separate tabs. And then just the people that declared, you'll see a tab that says 2026 quarterback class, 2026 running back, wide receiver, tight end class. And then you will see the draft eligible one that did not declare. Those tabs will still be there. So you can see my thoughts on these players that did not declare. So that's the 2026 scouting notebook. It is the livelihood of what we do here at Saturday Sunday, film analysis, talking about these prospects from a film perspective. That has been the lifeblood of what we do here. The scouting notebook gives you the inside look on everything I write about these players. I put it out there in the Google document. Like I said, constantly updating, making changes. You get their strengths, functional areas, developmental areas, how they win, NFL role, NFL fit, current draft projection, and fantasy spin. Right now, there's over 70 offensive prospects in the notebook. That will continue by the time the season ends. In the pre-draft process, there'll probably be 100 prospects in the 2026 scouting notebook. The other notebook that you immediately get available is the 2026 rankings notebook. If you are a rankings person, if you are a tiers person, if you really utilize them in terms of trades and quick analysis on what my thoughts are on a player, any ranking can be found in the 2026 rankings notebook. It consists of my draft eligible rankings, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. It will be updated constantly. You might look at it Saturday morning, and then I might have two guys that are very close to each other. And by Saturday night, I see something between those two guys, and I break my tie, and I maybe move one guy up, one guy down. That will be throughout the college football season. You will have access to my live breathing draft eligible rankings. Once people declare, then I will create a new tab that is just the prospects that enter the 2026 NFL draft. And you'll see my rankings for the NFL draft, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. Also in the pre-draft months, we have exclusive S2S tiers that combine film analysis, draft projection, dynasty rookie draft projection, all merged into one. These are exclusive to Saturday to Sunday. Nobody else has, where they're combining film analysis, draft projection, not our grade, draft projection, film analysis, and dynasty rookie draft analysis all into one. We tier them up so you see what consists of my tiers, and you get all the tiers for the running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends. Other rankings in there, you get my Devy rankings updated in real time throughout the college football season. And then once guys declare, they come out of the Devy rankings, and I input the new wave of prospects for Devy leagues in there as well. So you get access to the Devy rankings. I love keeping last year's Dynasty rookie rankings going through their, so you also right now see where that was as they enter into now their sophomore year. So even after the new wave of people get drafted, I continue to update that as well. You get our positional dynasty rankings. So that's overall. So great for startup drafts, great for trade analysis. So you have my thoughts. I think it's like top 40 dynasty overall quarterbacks, top 80 dynasty running backs and wide receivers, and like top 40 dynasty tight ends. So that's all in the rankings notebook. Anything that you want in terms of my rankings, you could always quickly get that. I keep that updated constantly throughout the year, so you could find all my rankings there. And then the last notebook does not drop until April of 2026. That is my draft projections notebook. There is no notebook that I spend more time on. It's got about 400 prospects in it. This has tabs for every position, offense, including offensive linemen, and every defensive position, strengths, developmental areas, their combine measurements, their combine testing. And this is, while the analysis in terms of their strengths and developmental areas are my own analysis, the way they are positioned and put in that notebook is me forecasting and projecting how I expect it to go off the board from the best in the industry. You could just go look at the consensus board that takes like 80 rankers or 100 rankers, and that's fine. But the truth be told is there's a lot of people on that consensus board that have absolutely no intel in terms of what's going to happen in the NFL draft. When I do my forecasting and my projecting, I just look at the best in the industry, and I listen, read, hear everything, pool it all together to try to project how they're going to come off the board, the order in which they're going to come off the board at every single position. And then there's a tab, me projecting the first round, projecting the first 3 rounds, and projecting every single pick in the NFL draft. Last year, just to kind of put it into perspective, last year we continued to have a tremendous amount of success. We had 29 out of 32 picks correct in the first round. We had 88 out of 103 in rounds 1 through 3, and then we had like 223 out of 256 or 257 players projected going in rounds 1 through 7 in the draft projections notebook. It is an invaluable resource during draft weekend. It is a great resource for rookie mini camps. Get a quick snapshot of these prospects, developmental areas, strengths, combine measurements, combine testing to get a feel for these guys. So those are the 3 notebooks. You get the rankings notebook and the scouting notebook immediately. You get the draft projections notebook in April, all for one total price of $9.99. Now, in order to purchase it and how to access it, I'm gonna try to present my screen here just to kind of show you how this works, just to kind of show you how this is going to work and the easiest and quickest way to get there. So right now I'm bringing up, if you're watching on YouTube, if not, you can listen if you're listening in podcast form. So right now you see the website, Saturday, 2, SundayFootball.com. You could also get there by just typing in S2, SFootball.com as well. So either spell out Saturday, 2, followed by the whole word, SundayFootball.com, or you can just write S2SFootball.com as well. Either one of them will take you to the website. At the top of the website, you will see a tab that says Premium Content. You click on that tab. It shows you it takes you to a new screen. You click on the Premium Notebooks tab, like you're going to add it to the cart. It'll bring up the entire detailed description of the Saturday to Sunday Premium Notebooks. You could read the whole thing there. At the bottom, you will see it says add to cart, and then it will take you to the cart where you can purchase it there as well and check out. Very important. If you purchase the Premium Notebooks, as soon after you purchase it and pay at checkout, you are going to get an email thanking you for your purchase, and attached to that email will be a PDF document. That PDF document is critical because you must save the PDF document, not save the email. Either save the PDF document, or in the PDF document, there are links to each of the 3 Google Sheets documents. You must open them when you get the PDF, and you could save them, you could bookmark them, whatever you want to do. So you either got to save the PDF file and then it will always work, or 2, open the PDF file, click on each of the 3 links, and then save or bookmark the links to get to each of the 3 notebooks. And unfortunately, just through the website I have, the issue comes in is if you get the email, within a day or 2, the links in the PDF file will expire. But if you save the PDF file, you could have access to it at all times. If you open the links, as soon as you get the email or within the 24 to 48 hour window, if you open them, you could save each of the links from Google Sheets as well and have access to it whenever you want. If for some reason you don't save the PDF file, or you don't open the links within 48 hours and then bookmark the links, when you eventually go back to your email, if the time is expired, it will not open. It will say the links have expired. So again, 2 ways you can save it. Save the PDF file, open the PDF, hit save as, just write S2S Premium Notebooks instructions. And if you save it, you can access that PDF file whenever you want and the links will work. Or second, open the PDF file within 24 to 48 hours of getting the email, click on each of the links, and then bookmark each of the Google Sheets documents so you can get to the scouting notebook, the rankings notebook, and the draft projections notebook. And that's it. Any questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter. You can email me, whatever you need to do. If the links expire and you need me to send them to you again, just use the contact info at the top of the Saturday Sunday page, and I will respond to that with the PDF file again, and you'll be able to open them. Again, as I said, it is the lifeblood of what we do here. Please consider purchasing it if you've never bought it before. If you've been a subscriber to the notebooks before, please consider purchasing them again. It is the number one thing that helps us keep going here at Saturday Sunday, and we hope to continue to go here for many more years. But, I know there's a lot more resources out there now than it was when we first started Saturday to Sunday. So if you've been a long-term fan, if you've recently found us and you enjoy the content, please consider $9.99, one purchase. It's the only thing we ask for all year. If you could help us out to continue to do what we do here at Saturday to Sunday, as much individual attention as I can give you. Questions, send me on Twitter. I will respond to every single question in time. If you have questions about your league, anything, dynasty trade offers, Debbie trade offers, anything, if you reach out to me on Twitter, I will respond as soon as I can to try to say thank you for listening and being a part of the Saturday Sunday family here. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. But everything you need in terms of the details are on there at Saturday Sunday Football or S2SFootball.com, whichever you prefer. And remember to get over there to check out the premium content tab. So we really hope you consider purchasing it sooner rather than later, really taking advantage of all that we provide over the next 12 months. So on behalf of our sound tech engineer, David Nakano, and myself, thank you for joining us. And I look forward next time taking you from Saturday to Sunday.